Thank you for joining me on my true crime read today. I'm just going to be looking into the Jonbenet case. A friend of mine, her daughter suggested that I look into this one. Hi, Grace. She loves true crime, so she said have a look at that, and she said ask about the brother. So I had a little look at, I mean, obviously it's been around for a long time, we've all heard little things, but I've never really gotten into it too deeply. But I did watch something about it. So I just want to, first of all, just want to check in with my cards, make sure I'm okay to read on this case, please. Am I okay to read on this case? Okay, on the Jonbenet case. Okay, so it's telling me that I've got a bit going on in my mind, so I'm a little bit distracted. So let me just tune in a little bit better. Okay. Am I okay to read on the Jonbenet case, please? Jonbenet Ramsey case, please. Okay. It's okay. What it's saying here is okay. This here is like she's baby. She was young. She was a baby. She was a child. But it was saying that it was a very destructive. So the end of her life, her end situation was very, very destructive. So that's what the cards are just warning me about. Do I want to look into something that was very, very extremely, extremely destructive? Her end of life. Okay, so I don't have to feel it. Let me see what I can ask so it doesn't put me in the situation. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask, does the brother know what happened? Okay, does the brother know what happened to her? I'm actually feeling sick. It's making me feel sick. Okay. Okay. What I'm asking here is does the brother know what happened to Jonbenet Ramsey, please, is what I asked. Now, it's saying here that he was aware of it. He was aware of an attack. That's the attack card, and it's saying that he was aware of that. It's also saying that caution is necessary, so he's had to be very cautious around the situation. He had to be very cautious. Now, I feel like, here's a card, it's called letting go. And this is a card of time to fly. Okay, so what I'm picking up from this is I'm feeling this as him, like he's letting go. It's cool because I've got letting go here, but it's that sense of letting go of his sister, like she's dying, as she's gone. He's trying to hang on to her. He doesn't want her to go. But he has to let it go. He's had to let it go. Or he had to let her go at the time. He had to let it go at the time. He's had to be very cautious. Like it's almost a sense of, okay, how do I say this? For his own safety, maybe he had to let that happen or had to let that go. He had to be very cautious. There was a matter of him being very cautious. Like it's the feeling of he's like holding on to her, like wants to help her, or he's holding on to her. but it's saying he's had to let go. And here's there's tears. He's had to let go. But why? He had to let go, and he's had to be very cautious. So here's the attack. There's an attack that took place, and he was aware of it. He was aware of that attack that was happening. So even while it was happening, he was aware. He was aware of it. But for some reason, he couldn't help, or he couldn't, trying to hold on to her, he had to let her go. What that's making me feel is like like a tug of war, like he's hanging on to her, and then she's taken. And he was aware of it. He was aware of this. Here he's had to keep this to himself, so he hasn't been able to say it. This is when it's called keep it to yourself. He's had to keep this to himself. Okay, did he know the person? Okay, did he know the attacker, please? We're going to call it attacker because that's the card that come out. Did the brother know the attacker, please? None of the cards are indicating that he knows the person. It is telling me that there's some strategy involved. So deals or strategy was involved. Yes, this is my yes card. So yes, he knows the person. He was connected to the person in some way. Two people, and strategy indicates to me some kind of deal or strategy being made there. But yes, he knows the person. There was a connection to him. I just done a full reading on Jonbenet Ramsey case. A friend of mine asked me to have a look into that one. So I did the full reading and I lost the whole thing. The whole thing was gone. But I've got the last couple of cards that came out when I asked for a message for Jonbenet. She had a message and she wanted to come through. So this was her coming through. So yes, she did, and this is her coming through. She said there was a hidden aspect to the case. Now, I was in quite deep by the time this reading came out. It said that the person was a very intolerant person. They had no compassion and no tolerance. There was no tolerance whatsoever. And what I was hearing, what she was giving me was no one could hear her prayers. She also showed me black eyes. They had black eyes. Like soulless black eyes is what she was telling me. And this card here is about the inspired ideas, but it also tells me about ritualistic abuse. So here it generally doesn't mean ritualistic abuse, but what I was getting out of this card is like delving into like magic potions and stuff like that. But what it made me think about was rituals is what I was getting, and it was making me think about I think this person became another person, and that's what she said. She showed me that their eyes went black, and she said it was like they were another person altogether. They became another person. They had no compassion and no tolerance whatsoever, and I felt like it was like the person was either involved in some kind of rituals or delved into some kind of evil that made them a different person, almost possessed and made them a different person altogether. And that's what I was getting from her. But yeah, it was quite deep when I was in. But that's the gist of it. Now it's down the bottom it here. It shows me that's her now. She's walked away from it. She's walking with a dog, walking a different path, and she's also free. She says she's free from that now. But that was the message that she wanted to come through with, was that yes, she wanted to come through from another dimension. She said there was a hidden aspect to it, something about rituals or ritual abuse. But she said the person became another person. It was like it wasn't them. It was somebody else that came in, and it was like black eyes, soulless black eyes, and they were very no compassion, and they were very intolerant, and it was like they were almost like schizophrenia. It was like a different person altogether. That's what she came through and said. Okay, so let me just see if I'm checking this battery, because I lost the battery on the last read. Okay, let's see if we can pull out some of those cards that before. But cards, could you tell me, please? It's hard because I've already done this whole reading, and it was a really good reading as well. Could you please tell me who killed Jonbenet Ramsey, please? I'll just pull that energy back in. Who killed Jonbenet Ramsey, please? That's her again. That's her there. That's the intolerant person. That's her with her freedom there and the hidden aspects to it as well. That's her energy there. Now, when I asked this question before, what came out before was the family card. There was a family card. The brother and sister card came out as well, which is relationships and brother and sister. Okay, there's something here about something's being exposed in jail. This is my jail card and something's being exposed. So whether the person's already in jail, going to jail, or something's going to be exposed in this case. But something's going to be evidence exposed that leads to jail in this case. I didn't get that in the reading before when I read before. But it's here, it's this is also searching in the dark for answers and information, or retreated to a dark place. I'm very intolerant. So I didn't, on this time when I've asked it who, and I'm also nowhere near as deep in as what I was in before. That's why I'm giving you the questions, the answers that I had last time. It's looking, peeking, like looking. Here is a hidden aspect, and here is resilience. So, and also somebody with a knife, or a knife, but it's a resilient and a knife. Or perhaps he saw somebody over her, like he could see somebody over her, but he saw something. So this one here is him peeking into something. He can see something. Okay, was the brother aware of what was happening to Jonbenet, please? Was the brother aware? And this card came out before as well. It's called Seek Guidance. So he went to get help. He went to seek guidance or seek help. Actually, when this card came out before, because it says Seek Guidance, when this card, it made me think that like he maybe heard something, or he went looking for her, or he heard something, but he went looking. And again, he's looking. So yeah, he's looking. He's looking. Either he's looking for her, or he's heard something, he's gone down to see what it was, because it did say that he was downstairs playing with his presents, or he was down at the Christmas tree or something playing with his presents. But I think that he's gone there because he's maybe heard her, or he's gone looking for her. But here it's saying he's seeking something, and here he's looking for something. So again, it's saying the cards are validating that for the second time, saying that the first time they said yes, he was aware, but he has to keep it to himself, and he had to be very cautious. Came out 2 or 3 times. The caution card came out 2 or 3 times. But here it's saying that the end of the situation, he was aware of the end of the situation, and he had gone looking for her, or gone looking for something, and he was looking. He maybe even saw something, because I saw the figure over her with the sword. So, and that was the end of life. So maybe he saw that. Okay, was the person that did the crime, the person that killed Jonbenet, were they known to the family, please? Was the person that killed Jonbenet, were they known to the family? Okay, that was the death card. This is a card where I saw the brother either hanging on to her, maybe didn't want her to die, not letting her go. Yeah, that card came out before. Okay, around the death. Was the person that killed Jonbenet known to the family? Did they know? Actually, what I asked before, and here again it's the protection card. This is another ritual card here as well, another ritual card. Okay, strategy again. So we had before on the last read, I had strategy, or it was planned. Strategy. Here is behind closed doors, so like she was locked somewhere, maybe in the cellar or something, but she was locked somewhere. Here is getting a balance as a truth or a fairness or justice, getting justice. Here is a family relationship card, so it's a stability, it's family, home, like, and family related. So again, it's not answering my questions. They answered my questions so perfectly on the last read. Okay.